Beyond Differences was started out of a tragedy, which was the loss of our daughter, Lily. And when her classmates found out that she had in fact felt so socially isolated or left out simply in middle school, they wanted to do something to honor her.
When she passed away, it was tragic, but on the other hand, an opportunity to share her story and teach other kids that they're not alone if they're going through a hard time.
Beyond Differences did two things for our family. First, it helped us recover from the loss of my sister, Lily. Part of that healing process was founding this organization and tackling an issue that she faced in her life. And then the second part of it now is watching what this organization has become and how it's grown.
It started with about 4 of us sitting around a kitchen table, thinking of ways that we can go into middle schools and help kids dealing with social isolation. And now there are so many different teen board members from schools all across Marin, and we're in different states, and it has grown exponentially.
It's such a hard time when you're in middle school, and there's constantly, as a girl especially, the constant pressure to fit into whatever is the new hip thing is hard. And so just having a community where you can turn to someone to support you and just connect with them, I think is fantastic.
These students are in all these schools delivering a simple, powerful message, which is that it's time for the new cool to be inclusion, and the inclusion will be the new cool in the school.
It's a remarkable thing to see what Beyond Differences has done in such a short period of time to, in essence, I don't know many other organizations that have at their core a focus on social isolation.
Social isolation has become much more well known as even a public health crisis in our country. We now know today that there are children who are suffering from emotional distress, academic failure, and medical consequences.
Last year, the Surgeon General of the United States said that the #1 disease in the United States of America is not heart disease, it's not lung disease, it's not cancer. Said the #1 disease in the United States is social isolation.
And yet it goes so unseen. And Ace and Laura are not just lifting it into the light, but they are doing it in a way that honors the voices of young people, that allows them not just to address this health crisis, but allows them to see their own leadership potential.
When we started this organization, we looked at each other and reminded the both of us of all these miserable assemblies we sat through, where adults and authority figures came in and told us all these things we shouldn't be doing, which made them all the more interesting. And our fundamental belief in our success, I believe, is in the fact that we are empowering the kids to make the difference, and for them to change their own cultures, their own schools. And that is truly the power of this movement.
It's kids standing up for other kids. It's not necessarily an adult going in and lecturing kids not to bully or anything like that. It's truly peers teaching and educating other peers.
Having teens run it, having teens create the curriculums and build the leadership has been the biggest part of it.
I was leading a small group of kids, and one kid started crying. He said, "I've been bullied my entire life because I'm short." The rest of the kids started to help him and include him more. It wasn't really even by me doing anything, it's by seeing other kids do something is how I know I'm actually having an impact.
Laura and Ace's work reaches across lines, across ethnic and faith lines, bringing people together around the common cause of ending childhood isolation, ending discrimination, and making sure that we have a healthier, more unified society.
We knew we wanted to address and take on the issue of Islamophobia, in fact, all differences and all divides and all intolerance that children were beginning to feel and feel threatened by.
The more that we have these programs in schools, the more that we're going to be able to dispel stereotypes, not just about Muslims, but anyone who's perceived to be a Muslim.
Thank you so much. As you can tell, I could not have picked a better partner to do this rollout nationally across the United States than Maha. The spirit of what ING and Beyond Differences has created together is a curriculum that got picked up by over 600 schools in 38 states just in a matter of weeks. And it really helps children understand their own identity of their classmates, and begin to learn to get to know one another right from the very first day of school.
Community is built by everyone knowing that everyone will stand up for everyone else. That's the hallmark of everything we've done.
Within the span of an hour, Ace could get a phone call from Bill Clinton, Jerry Brown, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, and Michael Bloomberg, all seeking his political wisdom and his acumen. And he would walk away from that totally unfazed, with authentic humility.
The beauty of growing up in San Francisco is the beauty of realizing that your diversity is your strength.
Encountering problems, taking on the risk of trying to do something is an arduous task for anybody. Most people really shy away from taking such a risk. They do not.
They want to see people who aren't aligned in power to move in spaces where they can make decisions, both politically but also in community. And I think right now the world needs more folks like that.
You know, they take the political lessons that they were raised on and they've channeled that into extraordinary careers. They've taken the life circumstances that they've been handed and done extraordinary things to better the lives of people all across the country. And JCRC has been eager to be involved with them in making sure that no child is sitting in isolation, whether it's on the schoolyard or, during lunchtime.
It's an incredible honor to be honored by the JCRC and for the values that they represent. JCRC represents an organization that brings people together. I've known over a number of years and decades under really difficult circumstances, and finding commonality, finding community, and finding understanding. And those are values which are also embodied in Beyond Differences.
I have been to almost every event watching others being honored and always relishing being part of the audience and cheering everybody on. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever expect that Ace and I would be given this honor, and it really is a blessing. I mean, it is really exciting for us.
This work that they do, it comes from such a deep place and out of a horrific loss that they suffered. And yet they can turn around and make something so extraordinary in honor of their daughter Lily, and to ensure that other children don't suffer the way Lily suffered.
Kindness and curiosity are the remedies to social isolation. And I love how Ace and Laura are lifting that up and infusing those values in our young people, because that is the road to success more than anything.
At the end of the day, we all will be held to account. Did we make a difference? Did we step up? Did we step in? Or we just sat there and acted as bystanders in this world? And they're never going to be accused of being bystanders.
Laura is the last person in the world who wants to be honored. She would say, it's nothing, come on, it's nothing. Anybody do this, you would do this. And the answer is no, Laura, no, only you can do this.
What Lily experienced is much more universal than anything we could have imagined. Like every beautiful movement that naturally grows, this really came out of a personal child, one story, and became what I know is a national movement now.
Our great joy is to watch again and again the students emerge who are the isolated ones becoming the leaders.